All right, so we're gonna get this race started, and we are coming through. We got a bit of background noise with you, Captain.
Oh.
On today, we've got Homemade Beer versus Mr. Ed.
Stuck it. Hey. All right, here we go.
And what else we got? Let's see. It's boss shuffle. It's all dungeons. The keys are shuffled, but the maps and compasses are not. So it's wacky. Like, I didn't even remember what this mode was. All right, so there was a map check, but I have no idea.
It looks like a couple crystals at Eastern and Hera, Green Pitted Desert. Saw that correctly? There's Sparky, there's a sword in Lion's Hut. Drop it into the wall. Find our lamp right away. You got a Sparky, the Mystery Miner. There's some bombs finally.
Okay, technical difficulties. I think we're good now. You good?
Let's see. Yes, we're good.
Okay. So, Potpourri. We've got starting flute, ice rod hookshot. There's a big key on the library we see there. The small keys, the big keys are shuffled. The bosses are shuffled. And the maps and compasses are vanilla. Oh, there's a glove on the race game. So where was the lamp?
Lamp was in Blind's Hut.
And I take it both runners have it.
I don't know if Homemade Beer's been up there yet, but
Okay.
Miss Ed definitely got it, and we also got that bow at the back of Blind's Hut too. There, so that's
right.
A lot of good items here early so far, including that glove coming up here on the race game on Homemade Beer's side.
And this is all dungeons, so you gotta kill Aga 1, kill Aga 2. We'll see everything here. So did Beer skip? Oh, there's a sword on the ledge. Did Beer skip out on CAC at this point?
He might have gotten it.
No, according to his tracker, he does not have it, and he is okay. So he fluted till like 3 and went south and didn't do like Blind's Hut and the well and all that stuff. Which is an interesting way of routing this, I would say. I mean, he can get back there really easy and is still looking for bombs. He might have picked some up along the way or some cash. There's the cape.
also found powder there in Gita's cave, so one of those we'll see later items. So yeah, homemade beer, got those gloves, gonna head to the back of escape here now.
Well, it gives them money to buy stuff. And take a look at Mini Moldorm Cave. It's weird because it's not Enemizer, but it is Boss Shuffle. So it's like half Enemizer. All right, so we get the red meringue, couple of bombs, heart piece. $300 is nice to have early, and there's our first big key to pond. So, gosh, it's super weird. With Potpourri, right, the hard part is the boss shuffle.
Yeah, well, without the starting items you get, pretty much guarantees you're going to be able to complete most of the dungeon bosses there. So, I mean, you're far right away from just basically being able to beat all the bosses. So that's pretty nice to have. There's that layup.
Normally you'd think lamp, sword, cape, Verdu, and Aga, but they do need the castle tower keys. And they have to do it regardless. So.
Missed it earlier, but we did get a smoky dice spell, so the lights have to on homemade beer about to get that bow as well, so see where Mr. Ed likes to go now. He is okay, he's gonna go up the mountain. Early hook shot makes sense. I don't believe we've seen the Lost Woods yet here, so this is our first look in Lost Woods. Zed's going to save the old man on the mountain.
Oh, there's the flippers too. And big key to Thieves Town.
Check out Hobo right away.
What is Potpourri? It's you get starting items. You get the starting ice rod, activated flute, and hook shot. It's big key, small key shuffle. Maps are vanilla, and it has full boss shuffle.
First bottle there. Paradox. There's a big key to. Oh, there's the GT big key. Oh, there's the mirror in the back of Saha. So Homemade Beer got that mirror. Gonna be able to do some extra checks here up on the mountain like Hera. It's gonna be able to see what that smoky on top of Spec Rock is. Hold on while we try to get some stuff to work here because it's not working right now.
Yeah, sorry, we're having behind the scenes technical issues.
Yeah.
I blame Streamlabs, or I blame the new OBS.
And it looks like the hammer was in Spiral Cave today because Mr. Ed's headed over to Hera now, so missed that. So yeah, we're just looking for that Moon Pro for Dark World access right now. There's a Dark World map check. We got Pendants at Thieves Town and Pod. And yeah, another bottle there in Hera. Oh, that's the Swamp Small on top of Spec Rock there. Nice one to find early. So we get a Bulbasaur here in Hera. Not the friendliest boss to find. Miss Ed got that hammer, so should be okay with it, but Miss Ed putting some good hammer hits on that mask. Let's take the mask off. We're gonna shoot some arrows at him now. Just for safety, and down goes Helma on Mr. Ed's side. Gets that first important crystal. My beard does take the mask off. Yeah. Also use the arrow here because. Oh, and runs out of bombs. Okay. Or arrows as well, so. I have to do some fighter sword spins. Does take him down though. Good job on both these runners. That is not an easy boss in this arena. Mr. Ed, check it out. Sick Kid right away. Sick Kid's gonna give us some bobs. Well, I mean, we need some more bobs. We just used a bunch. Let's see where Mr. Ed wants to go next. Oh, nice bottle vendor bunny there.
It's funny they both ended up at Hera with different items. One with a hammer, one with a mirror.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, obviously Homemade Beer's gonna get that hammer on a Spiral Cave here coming up. Yeah, Miss Ed just not punished it out for skipping that mirror in Saha's closet. We do find the Quake Medallion up there on the floating island. Something to keep in mind for later.
Okay, so we're still on the hunt for the Moon Pearl, right?
Yeah, we have not seen the Moon Pearl at all. About the only place we have left is like the front of Escape and Eastern Palace. That's about it. This Ed does have more than 500 rupees, so gonna be able to loop all this in with one check here. There's a small key to pod. First one of those. Little unfortunate for Miss Ed to not go up the mountain with that mirror. Not gonna miss out on that swamp small. Because when we get to the Dark World, we're gonna be able to clear out swamp right away. Yeah, see, Zora have our Moon Pearl today. Zora just has 3 bombs for 500 rupees. What a steal. Hey, Homemade Beer, checking Magic Bag here. There was a Mickey on Zora Ledge, so we're gonna see which this is, like Eastern Palace or Hera. Oh, Eastern Palace, okay. Well, that is a fully clearable Eastern Palace, so Miss Egg gonna head over that way now and find that mirror. Beer picks up his first pod small key. Here's our first check in the Eastern Palace. There's the map to Eastern. is a small key to Turtle Rock. First one of those we've seen now. Homemade beer picks up his Ice Palace or Ice Palace, Eastern Palace big key. There's our compass. Hey, we got Vitreous at Eastern Palace today. That's great. Just at Eastern Palace, just $20. A homemade beer now into Eastern Palace as well. It makes its way over to the big key chest here. Fine, $20. Okay, well, the Mood Pearl's in here. It's not Saha, or it's not Vitreous here, so. Not many other places it could be right now because I don't think there's much left. Just in front of Escape. Timely magic refill for those.
All right, so this is you're saying Moon Pearl is either going to be here or in the front of Escape?
Yeah, it has to be at this point, I think. I don't think there's not much else left.
Yeah, there's Agate Tower as well, since the small keys are shuffled.
True.
So Castle Tower, did anyone? I'm sure they checked Agina, right?
Yeah.
With the flute, yeah. That bow really coming in handy for this Vidi fight. Otherwise, you got to do it all with the hammer.
Just enough arrows left over for the big eyeball there from his head.
Wow. And the Moon Pearl on Vidi. Wow.
Yep, there it is.
I don't know if the bees would work against Vidi. I don't think so. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know.
I remember I found out they worked against Lionel's one time. So Mr. Egg gonna pick up his mirror here, right?
Yeah, he's mirrors here in the back of Saha's closet.
All right, so now you have Dark World access and a lot of stuff to do. Swamp is available. You know, all of Thieves Town is available. Yeah, you can go to Pod. A lot of different options. I think I like Mr. Ed's choice of going to Hype Cave first. But Ed actually can't do swamp because he missed out on the small key up on the mountain, right?
Yeah, I was on Spec Rock, so needed that mirror.
Kane's not bad. Well, it is all dungeons, so they have to do all of the dungeons. So pendants and crystals don't have as much weight as they normally would. So at some point they are gonna have to kill Aga. They do need those castle tower smalls. And there's the moon pearl. For beer.
Let's see if Beer wants to take the high cave right into swamp play here. That's what I would do. But we'll see. All right, pyramid check here for Mr. Ed. There's the small key.
Meyer, don't really need that one.
Eh.
It looks like Beer's gonna start at the same spot as well. Not sure why he went into Link's. Oh, we wanted to farm him a couple bombs because he used all his bombs on Vidi, so he needed a couple of bombs for Hype Cave here. Let's see. This is our first look at Uncle.
This is, yeah. First look at really anything up here on the castle. So,
he's probably just gonna do all of it, right?
I would think so. It's our first GT Swalky as well.
No, he's not. He's out of there. I mean, that's a play for sure. Or I guess maybe he's just mirroring up here so he could do Aga as well. I see.
Take a look at that first item there, at least.
And because Beer has that Swamp Small, he is heading directly into Swamp Palace. I'm sure he'll get a sword here.
Something sorted swamp.
Yeah. Bombos. That's spicy.
Well, that is knowledge of all three pendants, or medallions, all, because Quake was up on Floating Islands. So.
Oh, okay. So really just looking for, as items go, mitts and fire rod. Boots obviously would be very, very nice. See the third bottle as our first check in swamp. And then we're just basically looking for keys at that point.
And yet another Turok Small in front of escape. Rest of this is not in logic without that small key though, so we're gonna see if something what's pop up here.
Just 5 rupees and then a boomerang chest. $30 in, they've already got 2 crystals. And had to beat Helma and Vidi. That's always interesting.
Good times. Good old boss shuffle.
Just 10 arrows and Zelda Cell. And Beer going immediately to the left. Did get a map out of that second chest, so knows there is at least one item here. And we'll be leaving obviously the swamp big because we don't have it, and we don't know that it's not guaranteed to be here. That chicken spray always cracks me up, especially when you see it doing things like diver down. Just 300 in Dark Cross, so castle pretty empty except for Bombos coming out of Aga Tower. $20 on the left side of Swamp. And a heart piece.
Hard to skip left side swamp this early, though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's not too bad since they do have Samaria, or I guess you could do it with bombs as well, but Cuckoo and Swamp Palace, yep. Ed gonna pick up some potions since he got a couple extra bucks there in the castle. I think he might be heading to Pod, would be my guess. So there's a couple places that Trinix can be that we kind of have to look out for. Ice Palace being one of them. I believe he can be in... Ooh, I missed it. Was that Trinix? What was that? The Landmo? I couldn't tell.
Looked like a Landmo, yeah.
I believe Pod, Swamp, Desert. Anywhere where it's a big open arena is where Trinix can spawn. A shield from old Catfish. Thank you, dude. Swamp coming up pretty empty.
Swamp's small, not paying off right now. So.
Yeah. So one more check here in Swamp Palace, and lane mode not going to be too much of a problem, especially since you have hammer or an ice rod bow if you need to.
Ed headed over to the left side of the Dark World here. Gonna check Graveyard Ledger, I assume.
Yep. Yeah, so this is for anyone just joining, this is a Potpourri race. It's all dungeons. It's boss shuffle. That's why you see Landmo in Swamp Palace here. All dungeons, starting ice rod, starting activated flute, starting ice rod. There's a shovel in Graveyard Ledge. And it's big key, small key shuffle. Maps and compasses are vanilla. This was an old ladder mode from a few seasons back. I have no idea how it came about. So really empty swamp. Does get that crystal, but you go into swamp hoping to find some good stuff, and just nothing there for beer. Of course, Mr. Ed hasn't really found anything either on his path. And Kefka, thanks for that follow. Really appreciate it. There's our fire rod. There we go. So now we know why we have the cape. Feels like a Mr. C that someone liked. Yeah, that's possible. It is possible. It's just it's a potpourri of modes. All right, so all bosses now are clearable. So Ed has to no longer worry about which boss he runs into. And we see our second shield at Cave 45, and Beer goes ahead and picks it up. Yeah, this does feel like a mode created by a bot. $20 for from Stumpy there, and we see Ed heading into Skull Woods now. Gets the blue boomerang. Is that what it was? Did people just vote on all the modes, and it was like everyone voted for each one, and whatever it was like the most popular in each category won? Is that how it was? I can't remember.
Honestly, don't know.
It sounds familiar, but it's been a while.
I know they did something similar to that, like the champion startless mode. Like when the previous season champions did something like that, but
Yeah.
can't be sure. Oh, there's our first castle tower spawn. Let's go woods.
Yep, definitely need that since this is all dungeons. This is the 216 Weekly. 216 Weekly is a race that I host every Saturday at noon Eastern. Everyone is free to join. How many did we get today? I think we got a decent turnout today.
11? 13.
13? Yeah, 13. Our biggest turnout so far.
Nice.
This mode was chosen by last week's restream winner, 2C. $20 in the back. And Beer going to give us a look at a Village of Outcasts here. Gets the book. And the big key to Hera. Okay.
Oh, good. Hashtag Ben Hera Pop. All right.
Yeah. Oh, Vidi number 2. Oh, this is this is a gross fight. So full boss shuffle means that you'll see 2 of 3 bosses. You'll see 3 bosses twice, basically. Doubles of 3.
This fight is horrible in this arena.
I mean, it's really bad. It would be fine, I think, if they had a tempered sword or even a master sword. But I mean, Ed's got he's got no arrows. He's got almost no magic. At least the spikes aren't going, but that doesn't really help.
Yeah. The floor is going. That's all.
That's the hard part. Yeah. I mean, he's using his magic here, but that did almost nothing. That did almost nothing.
Yeah.
I appreciate the attempt, but this is...
Yeah, this is one of those bosses you'd be like, I'll come back later.
Yeah, this is near impossible. It's not... It is possible. Someone could do it, but it's not easy. You see Beer in Thieves Town now.
Is that just using those potions?
With boss shuffle, Beer will be able to go directly to the boss and can skip the back, which is not a bad idea since he doesn't have a small key anyways. Oh man, it's like he's so close and yet still very far away.
Yeah. Oh, 2 hearts.
Okay, so we have lane mode 2 here in Thieves Town, so that's 2 of the doubles. That's yeah, I mean that like I said, that fight is near impossible with the equipment that they had. I mean, even if he had a master sword, the spins would do that much more damage and make it a bit better. But uh,
Yeah.
no, Vinny doesn't take damage from Fire Rod. Beer actually going back. Does okay. He's going to the back. This is interesting play because he's going to be leaving one item there. So he's going. He's doing the attic check and the blind cell check. With the blind cell being the only one, you know, technically in logic without the key. He must have just the map and compass left. Doesn't have the big key, so he can't check that. Misad's going to be able to get his swamp smell here, so I imagine we'll see him head there soon.
Oh, homemade beer just stole the key. He's gonna go check the big chest.
This is a play. This is a very beer play, for sure.
So I can get that swamp small here in a bit.
There's the swamp small. What did he get? What just happened? Did I not
Red mail.
Oh, it was mail. Okay. That was weird. It just totally blanked out of my... I did not even see it.
Alright, well, last check here at these. It's the compass. Now we can know it's a landmo.
Yeah, I don't know if he got a map or not, so maybe the map is in the big... Ooh, the Ice Palace big in Spike Cave. So Beer's going to go into Skullwoods first, and then we'll probably find his Fire Rod. We'll see if he wants to head back to fight Viddy or not.
Mr. Ed probably wants to go to swamp. No, maybe. Nope. We're okay. He's finding more potions.
Mr. actually going to go VOO instead of swamp here. I think he can just go VOO and route south. Is his thinking. Where are the mitts? We haven't seen Pod yet.
Oh, the myths are probably on Vitreous and Skullwoods.
Oh, no. So Beer is going to get the compass here in Skullwoods, and then he'll be able to see that it is Viddy. So after he gets the Fire Rod, I think he'll probably say, let's not attempt that for now. That'd be my guess, at least. We do have access to the desert. We don't know if we can... Well, obviously we can't clear it because we don't have the big key, but... or the small key. So maybe desert isn't that appealing. Yeah. It's one check.
One item, and it's pretty slow.
Yeah, never mind. Disregard that.
We're on his way to get his Fire Rod now.
What do you think? Do you think he's going to go back for Viddy?
No. I mean, I see Stranger Things in Randomizer, but Vitreous with Fighter Sword and Skullwoods is not that great.
Red mail does help. I think that would be like the one factor that could play in a little bit is, you know, you're not taking 3 hearts of damage each eye. I mean, I wouldn't be excited to go back there, but it's not the worst. Mr. Ed gonna take out Landmo here and pick up his pendant. So what are we looking for? We're looking for the Turtle Rock Big, the Mire Big, the Desert Big. So those are the big keys we need. I keep wondering why they don't go to pod, but it's all because they only have two pod keys, so it's less appealing to go to pod when you can't do all of it.
Yeah, Mr. Ed can't afford it right now either.
Right. Right. Yeah, he's used all of his money on those potions. Let's take down Landmo. So I'm trying to think where do we go next? I mean, pod has to be the play, even if you don't want to do it.
Yeah, you do have the big key, 2 small keys. It is technically clearable, but you want to just clear the dungeon and just hope there's nothing in the back, or it's like,
yeah, probably not. You're hoping to find at least one pod key in pod. I think would be the ideal.
I feel like in this mode, there's at least one pod key always in pod. There's just so many of them, but
because we really need those mitts, and the mitts are going to unlock the rest of the seed. We're going to go check that shovel right now. Do you think Mr. Ed steals the key here as well, or is he going to go up to the attic and leave the big chest?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, he's going up. He's going to the attic.
Okay.
Dig spot is a small key to Turtle Rock. And I literally looked away to see what the attic item was. I don't know what is.
Wood small key.
Oh, okay. So garbage. It's just all garbage basically in Thiefstown.
Both runners not going to be burned by that, skipping those checks there.
So beer went to 3 and took the portal at Hype Cave. Does this tell you he's going to the pyramid castle as well?
Certainly looks that way.
So where's Mr. Ed going to get cash? He needs money to get into pod.
Now, Beer's going to be able to check both chests at Castle Tower here as well.
Oh, right. Yeah.
SD.
Beer stole the Skullwoods key and used it? Oh, man. So he will need a key then. Oh, doing the tree pull on the Mario statue. Nice. Or the Mario portrait. Gets a couple of bucks.
Yeah. Maybe he goes instead of the Arrow game.
Yeah, Arrow game seems likely because he's got to do. He needs money for dig game as well.
Is that Herapik key?
So Beer about to pick up Bombos, and then we'll see what the second item is. Just $50. Oh, beer, Ed going for the solo, get it all in one, get the 99 rupees. Just misses the last shot. That was tough breaks. Nicely done. This is the most isolated Kittina. All right, so Ed does now have enough money for pod, so that's gonna work out. He's also gonna do swamp along the way, so I can't remember if there's any cash here, but there might be. Says no to the shield. Second shield he's seen. So yeah, now we're just gonna cross paths a little bit here. Ed gonna go into swamp, get his trash. There is nothing in swamp. Doesn't.
Yeah, TR small. That's about it. But
yeah, beer gonna get. There's nothing here in the castle, so.
There's that TR small big spot. There's 3 of those now.
Mm-hmm. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. Excited for some football. NFL started Thursday. Excited for tomorrow and Monday night. Being a Seahawks fan, I get the pleasure of watching Russell Wilson come back to Seattle. That should be interesting.
Interesting scheduling there, NFL.
Yeah.
I am a little worried though. My defense is playing my quarterback this week, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah. Commanders versus Jags. Oh boy, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. I think Mr. Ed's pack is a pack that beer made. It's like a meme pack, I think. Which, of course, fits homemade beer. So who's in the lead here? Is it beer?
I mean, they've all done the same checks.
Well, he's up a swamp, and he's heading. I think beer's a little bit ahead right here.
Yeah, like you probably gotta go with the pod at this point.
I think the Viddy thing, Ed put up a valiant fight, but it also took a lot of time. The thing about the Skullwood Small is there's 3 of them though, or 2 more that could be out there. So there's a chance that very strong chance he won't need that one specifically. But we are going to get our first look into Pod from Gear here. So with 2 keys, you do shooter room, you open the front door. That gives you 2 more checks. You do the bow side, that's 2 more checks. And then you got to make the decision, do I go to the back and kill Helma? Or do I do all the items in the back? Because there's a lot of items in the back. And I feel like you've got to choose the items in the back. I mean, the Skullwood small key definitely can be a troll for sure. All right, into Pod. Our first check here is $300. Not what we're looking for.
Let somebody get in the pod. Oh, wait.
Yeah. And beer going immediately down to the basement here. Let's see what we got. A heart piece. Meanwhile, Ed gets his trash in Swamp Palace. We do have the Hera Big, which is was out there. Beer might check that and do, if he gets nothing here, do that and probably Spike Cave, get his Ice Palace Big. There is 1 check in Desert that is in Logic.
Yeah.
That we talked about. It's terrible to go to because it is just the 1 item, but could have the mitts. I think it's going to be, we're going to find something here on the bow side, right? I think that's what it's going to be. The map, never mind. 1 more check. $20.
Okay, well. All right, we got a couple more checks here.
There's 10 arrows on the bridge. Beer going back and forth on whether he wants to go to the back or not. He's going to the back. Gets the compass, and we see that it is Moldorm. Grab a couple rupees along the way in the basement. Gets a heart piece and 10 bombs. Wow. Where are the mitts? Where are the boots? Where are the swords? Come on, game. Gonna see a hammer jump from Beer.
Yeah, Miss probably not here.
Yeah, yeah, because we're now deep logically. You need a lot of keys to get all this. There's a Skullwood small, so Grasshopper, Beer gets bailed out. Gets half magic. Nice consolation, I suppose. And just a heart piece. So Pod empty. Now so Beer's got to make some choices. Like, which of the terrible checks do I have left do I do first?
Hera, Desert.
Yeah, I think I like Hera first. Because you could do Hera into Spike Cave for Beer. Oh right, that sword's been available this time since we got.
Oh yeah.
But what does that sword do, right? Oh, I know. I guess Skullwood's back isn't in.
Ether tablet.
Oh yeah.
Almost tablet.
I think one of them checked one of the Mr. Ed, I think, checked one of the tablets. I'm not sure. A Pod small key certainly has to be a GT. If it's been it. Yeah, very likely. Oh right, you're right. Yep. So there's no small keys. in pod with the Skullwood small being in the big chest. So GT's probably empty of pod keys.
The white item Desert Palace, $20.
Through it all, here we are in the same spot. Mr. Ed gonna get the get that sword though. Beer might go kill Vidi.
It's a little easier with the Master Sword.
I mean, he's got red mail now. He's got half magic. He's got Master Sword. The Vidi fight is going to be a lot easier at this point for Beer. It won't have the mitts, but it is a crystal that he needs.
Beer hasn't done Ice Rod Cape yet.
Apparently, he hasn't done Ice Rod Cape.
Oh, Mr. Ed saving that portal at Swamp House. Can go check Bombo's tablet right now.
Nice. Nicely done. Smart routing. Beer going back up the mountain. Bombo's tablet, what have you? The mitts! There they are. Wow. Gaming. Mr. Ed is gaming. So the book was there for a reason, not only to get the Master Sword, but to get the mitts as well. So, interesting sequence there from the game. Thank you, game. Powder. Okay, Beer's had this whole time. I just missed it.
Yeah, we all know how Mr. Ed feels about Magic Bad, so I'm probably not going to see that anytime soon. I don't think it'll say anything important.
Does he not like it?
No, he does not like Bad at all.
Other tablet just giving us $20. Mr. Ed gonna flute to 6. Give us our first look at Meyer. You said Quake was on Floating Island?
Yes.
Okay. Still need the Meyer big, and it is Quake that is required for Meyer. Beer gonna give us our first look at the Hera big chest. Meyer shaded is a heart piece and a small key to GT. Okay. Ooh, our next sword is in the Hera big. Okay.
You know, it's out of the way, so.
Yeah, the Vidi fight's going to be so much different for Beer than it was for Ed at this point.
Absolutely.
Checkerboard, just 10 arrows. And Beer going to do Spike Cave will get his Ice Palace big. So Beer needs to go do Bombo's tablet, which might be like close to a last location for him.
Is that going to Ice Palace, looks like?
Yep. Yeah, he's got, you know, Fire Source. He's got the big key and a small key, Samaria. Pretty easy call here. Looks like Beer's going to go take on Vidi here. We don't know what the key was on Desert Torch. We see a Hera small. Nice. But we're at the point where we just need big keys now. We need the Meyer big. We need the Turtle Rock big. We need the Desert big. We will need an additional pod small, possibly. Well, at least for Beer we will. Ed might be able to go mode pod. We don't know.
Yeah, if he just never goes to pod, like spends those skis, he can just go right to the boss. So, um, not to say that there's nothing else in pod. We haven't seen like Harpless Hellway or the Big E chest. So,
There's probably nothing in Pod. Icebreaker from Ed gets the compass, and we see that it is blind.
I didn't see that boss. What was it?
It was blind.
Yeah, I know. It was a joke. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm so dense. We had a Hyrule Castle small.
Sorry.
No, no need to apologize. A heart container. I'm going to be laughing about that one for a while. All right, Freezor room. We have $20.
Look at the load out here. What could be a GT at this point? Desert Palace big, baby?
Yeah. Yep.
Probably a bunch of pod smalls.
Well, because a Grasshopper pointed this out in chat, because the Skullwood small was in the pod big chest, that's locked by six pod smalls.
That's a good point, yeah.
And so we're not going to find any of those pod smalls in GT. The conveyor is the real problem here, right? The stupid conveyor. What's nice though is hitting the eye into the spikes actually does damage to the eye. There's the boots.
Oh, huge find there for homie beer. Or, I mean, Miss Ed.
Yep. Nicely done though by Beer taking out Vidi and picking up another crystal. So bad news for anyone that skips out on Spike Cave today. Beer gonna give us a look at the pedestal. Exciting.
10 hold shots with your ball. Holy cow.
Yeah. Blind actually putting up a good fight here. It sucks having to kill Blind Enemizer since he spawns at the very top. Gets bombs, but gets his first red crystal. So at this point, Ed's just trying to clear out what he can. He might go back to Skull Woods and kill Vidi. Turtle Rock Big is interesting. Those 3 Turtle Rock Smalls allow us to get all the way to Laser Bridge. Nope, we can't without the big Q. Never mind. Disregard that. Quake, though, lets us get into Mire. So we got Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny. Beer going to pick up his mitts. And it looks like Mr. Ed's actually going to go to Pod now. Pod's a little surprising. Because he didn't pick up any extra keys along the way. Beer going to go to Ice and get his boots. So that's good for Beer. I feel like if I was Ed, I'd want to head up to the mountain, get that Quake. Because you know it's a required, you got to go up there anyways. It's not like you can save the trip. You got to go up there to get the medallion to come back down to Mire. Right.
Yeah. It could be like I don't want to go into TR. Because if you're up there, you're probably tempted to just go into TR and check the items in there that you can.
Yeah.
But, it's a tough call.
There's still plenty of horrible spots for items to be in this seed.
Like Terra Basement, for
Terra
instance.
Basement. They might need to go back to desert to get that key off that torch. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's probably just pod small.
Yeah, but there you go. There's another pod small that might get you an extra check or be able to finish the dungeon. I am surprised there was no pod smalls in pod.
And let's see. Oh, Mr. Ed. Okay, I thought he was gonna go be helmet or the boss for a second, but no. I forgot he has boots. He can walk across this now.
Wow, this is a choice. He's checking the big key chest. Wow. Hey, Clairmouse. Oh no, he's not. He lied. He's just used it to jump down.
Take this out.
Yeah, and boots for beer. There we go. Let's go fast finally. Thanks for hanging out, Clearmouse. Excited. We'll be doing comms for the gym GGW Kaz Boots race later today. That's going to be a lot of fun. Over on Speed Gaming, something. SG4, perfect.
Quattro.
Ed killing the boss. No, what's he doing? Oh no, he's going to the back. Wait, was there a vanilla key there or a key? Hold on. How does he still have another key?
He did not go through the front door. He went up the right side a couple times.
I see. And there's nothing in the big chest or in the big key chest?
I don't think he went there, but yeah.
Oh, right. He jumped down, but he didn't actually do the check. Right. Okay.
But he's probably gonna do harmless Elway here at least.
Or beat the boss.
Or beat the boss.
I feel like I'd be more inclined to beat the boss, and that's what he's gonna do. The seed's been kind of evil. I mean, they just got the boots. Mitts were on Bombo's tablet. You had to get a sword out of desert with the book. Viddy is in the back of Skull Woods that Ed died to with just fighter sword. It's been pretty rude. Beer getting his ice crystal. I think we'll see him head up to the mountain now. I think Ed's actually going to go bow side again and finish this dungeon off. I actually like this routing. Beating this dungeon with only 2 keys. It's a bit slow, but if he doesn't have to come back for those last 2 checks, then that's quite the time save.
See where homemade beer about to go next.
Looks like Smith's. No, library. Library has a big key.
That's right.
About that, yeah. This is a big key too. Turtle Rock. There we go. Now you can actually complete Turtle Rock.
Go ahead, just clear out Turtle Rock Sand's lava chest. So.
No, he did the drop down chest. I'm not sure exactly how. I think he just went around an extra time. You're actually going to do some boots checks before heading up to the mountain, though. It's the mushroom. Okay. $20 from Bonk Rocks. So the only way this really hurts Ed is if for some reason he has to come back and do one of the two big checks, or one of the two checks that he's left, which is very unlikely at this point. It could happen, but it's very unlikely. All right, Beer turning in the mushroom and gets a small key to pod. Okay. All right.
I think Bear's going up the mountain now, probably. I guess.
Yes, because he's literally just one big key away from GT mode, so he can clear all of Turtle Rock except for Lava Chest. He'll be getting Quake, so he can go into Mire as well. And then you got all the checks up here. You've got 6 checks between Hookshot Cave and Mimic Cave to find that Mire big.
Mr. Ed forgot about that big key on library.
Yeah, he still might get it. He could just mirror after doing this. Let's just hope he remembers before he goes back up to the mountain. So with the cape and half magic now, you can just put that on and spin away, or you can just slash. We see another pod small and a GT small in Super Bunny there. We see these down small. Okay.
No.
We see a turtle. Oh, Turtle Rock is fully completable now.
Nice.
Skipping nothing. All right. And Ed gets to get his revenge on Viddy now. Got a stupid moving floor of those. Still slowing things down a bit for Ed. Oh, man. There's Quake. Beer's got all the medallions. And it is Bombos, which was an Aga Tower, to enter Turtle Rock. Oh man, Ed. All right, Ed's still got another potion.
Funny.
this video has cost Ed a lot of money. That takes him down, and we'll be happy to do that. Gets a single rupee into his crystal, and Bear going to give us our first look into Turtle Rock. So we are looking for Misery Mire Big Key, and then we're in GT mode.
I need that. That's a big key too.
Desert, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
on GT mode. You're right.
Yeah, we're in GT mode, so we're looking. You know, GT has 20 plus items in there, so we still need a Castle Tower small to complete the whole seed. But all that stuff can be in GT.
Lots of items here in Turtle Rock as well. There's 7, or no, there's a lot more than that. I don't know how many. There's a lot.
There's our Castle Tower keys, so that's nice. Knowing that you don't have to search for your Castle Tower keys.
Okay. On that big key hunt now.
Yeah, and again, once you find that Mire big, for me, when I'm doing 80 keys like this, I'm just assuming the last big key is going to be in GT. The nice thing would be to find both of them before you get to GT, and you can just go mode GT. All right, Mr. Ed does remember about the key as he picks up the Smiths. We have not seen the Smith. The Smiths could have the Meyer Big. Does get his Turtle Rock Big though. That's good.
We might see some of GT, like the Ice Boss, like Tridex.
I mean, we'd like to see it, right? But you never know. There's still we haven't seen a Trinex yet at all.
No Tridex, no Cold Stare, no Moth, no Armos.
But there's at least one more double too. We've seen 2 Viddies and we've seen 2 Landmos. So the old bug net there.
Homemade Beer just got access tomorrow with that Quick Medallion, so we have not seen any of Meyer yet.
Yeah, that is correct. $50 from the Smiths. Ed turning in the powder. Having access early to that flute does make the seeds go by quicker. You know, we are 122 in, and with as awful as the seed was, they've cleared so much. And gonna turn down the purple chest, and we see a big key to Desert Palace in Mimic Cave. All right,
Go Mode GT.
Go Mode GT. Yeah. So we won't find out what's at Ice Armos. That's a good feeling though when you get a Go Mode GT in this.
Oh yeah.
Ed gonna do the boots checks before heading up to the mountain. It's probably just gonna be a vanilla Trinex here, right?
Probably.
Meyer Big and Swamp Big chest.
Oh, we haven't even seen the Swamp Big yet, so.
Yeah, that logically wouldn't be able to work. All right, Laser Bridge. Nothing. Key to pod. Of course, all the pod keys are coming up now. And nothing. And buying some more potions. He needs like one of those like frequent shopper rewards or something where you buy 9, 10th free or something. Rebecca May Becky, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Yes. Our first Argus we've seen, so.
Yeah. Swamp Big Key could be in GT. That is possible. The Meyer Big Key being in Swamp Big Chest would not be possible. That's the kind of, yeah, burritos and chicken sandwiches. All right. So we got the Desert Big from Turtle Rock. Still looking for the Meyer. Is Beer, what's Beer doing now? Is he going? Is he gonna do Hera basement?
Is he?
It looks like it. I don't know what else he'd be doing over here.
Yeah.
He's doing Hera basement. I mean, this will finish off all of the mountain, but it's surprising when you have all of Meyer and the rest of desert to do. I guess he technically doesn't have the right side of desert to do, but desert is also the green pendant. Ed opening up Turtle Rock. Hopefully he drops into to Hookshot Cave first. Get that last key.
I guess with that tier clear, Pyramid Fairy is also played out too.
Right. That's actually a very spicy one. All right. Did Beer waste his time? He sure did. So do you do desert first? I feel like I'd be tempted to do Pyramid Fairy in this situation, honestly. Of course, he hasn't done Meyer Shed yet, so this is going to be some more information. What do you think? Do you do Meyer first or Desert first?
I'll probably do Desert first, just because I know where I can complete it. Of course, if you just happen to find, well, we got that small key out of the Desert Torch too. So
yeah, and the big chest, and so there's 2 checks in here.
Second, quick medallion. Although small keys, I don't think we really need many more small keys at this point. So, yeah.
I mean, it could be Desert Small, right? It could be the Desert Small, which would give you 2 more checks. It's probably a Pod Small would be my guess, but you never know. Or Skullwood Small.
Last minute small to put the left side in logic.
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't check it though, right? Like it could be likely not needed, but it's possible.
You never know.
Really nicely done there using the sword beams. Gets his green pendant and 10 arrows. He might go turn that in and finish off Pod because he can do the last 2 checks there. What locations are left from Misery Mire Big Key? Well, Misery Mire is one of them. Pyramid Fairy is one of them. We've got a couple checks in Pod. We have is there anything else?
Trying to think.
So we saw all of Eastern. We haven't seen the right side of Desert. We don't know what that small key on the torch was. We've seen all of Hera. We've seen all of Swamp. We've seen all of Skull Woods. We saw all of these down between the 2 runners because they took different paths. Ice Palace is done. Turtle Rock is done. Yeah, I think that's about it. It looks like Beer is going to go right into Meyer now too. So high probability here. Like this is the most dense location that he's got for the Meyer Big Bean here. We saw the shovel. We saw catfish. We saw.
We saw mushroom.
Yeah, both tablets, of course. Yeah. So here pod, pyramid fairy, I think. So Mr. Ed about to get desert big. And we'll be one step away from go mode. All right, our first check in Meyer gives us a heart piece. There's the desert big for Ed.
Seed chest. Fun.
Is it going to be vanilla? Are we going to get a vanilla key? Not today. There is a big key to this dungeon. There it is.
Oh,
Homemade beer is now in go mode.
nice.
So just has to finish this off and then go finish pod, climb GT, and do Agate Tower. Yeah, that Vidi death really cost him. Not only, you know, did he die, but the amount of time it took for him to die. Like he put up a valiant fight, and it just didn't really work out. So let's see what we got here. I don't think we've seen the boss yet. Trinex? Trinex. Ed is behind a sword too, since he hasn't done Hera base or Hera big chest.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do that.
Yeah, and which means I don't know where the other sword is, which means he'd probably be finishing on Master Sword. It looks like he is going to head over. Oh, never mind. Beer gets the last sword on Vidi, or excuse me, on Trinex there, and is that
There
cold
it is.
sword.
Well, I see that. Mr. Ed is headed over to Hera. Looks like he might be doing it.
Yeah, so we'll be getting this sword. Let's see if he wants to do the basement too. Skips out in the basement, does get the sword, so that's nice. Really just needs to head to Meyer and we'll be in go mode. We'll probably do something similar to what Beer did, though. No guesses for the big key today.
Here's that smoky on Desert Torch. It is the final pod swell. Okay.
What MSU is this? It's a good question. I'm not sure. Yeah, this music is Mario Kart, but it's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't actually feel like a Mario Kart or strictly Mario MSU. It could be, though. I'm not sure. All right, that's the last of the dungeons that Beer needs to complete. We'll be able to make his way to GT, go straight up, and kill Aga 2, and then we'll have to do Aga 1 and finish it off with Ganon. We'll have to ask Beer on when he comes in for the interview. Oh, gets dead rocked along the way.
Really wanted to powder that dead rock.
Yeah. Miss Ed not going immediately into Meyer, instead gonna go do Pyramid Variants. Cost him a bit of time here.
Yeah.
The only thing we haven't seen is Kane and Berna. Is that right?
Yeah, Cane of Burn and like silver arrows, I guess.
Oh, right. You still haven't seen arrows. Probably at this point in GT.
Yeah.
There's bomb dupe there from Ed. Let's take a look at what we have here. There's a big key to Swamp Palace, okay, and a Skullwoods to Swamp, or a Skullwood Small. Oh boy! All right, Ed. Meyer, think Meyer,
Yeah, don't go to Swamp.
or even go back to Pod, which it looks like he's doing.
Oh yeah, he is going.
All right, we're climbing with beer. 3 keys in hand. Don't even have to go grab a key. It just goes straight on up. And we're going to see a chicken climb the gauntlet.
The chicken's sprite is so weird because you don't know which way it's facing. It's always facing one way. Um, Bottle out green pendant. So Mr. Egg gets a free blue potion. Doesn't have to spend another 160 rupees for it.
Which he's done a lot of, yeah. What stinks about this for Ed is he had such a nice route through Pod that he wasn't, going to come back to it. Gets the second ice rod. Yeah, Ed hasn't gone into Mire yet. There's choosing the one-offs over the dense location, which I think comes from playing a lot of cross keys. Honestly, feels like that's kind of the play to make when you're doing cross keys.
Is Armos at the label 2 spot? So
this is our first Armos, isn't it?
yeah. Well, that means probably bought that Waldorn 2. You have not seen that yet?
Wow, so hook shot, the hook shot and the ice rod both in Pod, just to rub it into Ed's face just a little bit.
Okay, here we go. Now he's going to Mire. Fortunately, beer is already near the top of GT, so
Still looking for silvers, I guess, or just memeing at this point. And even if he does find silvers, he has 0 arrows. Oh, there, he just picked up 5. Never mind. I honestly, if you asked me, I couldn't have told you that there was 5 arrows there. There is Moth. All right, Aga 2, and then Aga 1, and then Ganon. Nice pattern there for Aga 2. Can't get any hits there and gets blue balled. Bit of a double whammy. It always stinks when one of the shots despawns like that as well.
there we go. You know, my ladder race yesterday, I had a 2-cycle Agatha. I was like, holy cow, I've never done that before. It's like, wow.
All right, let's see if he remembers to mirror here. He remembers. Doesn't need to do the second chest. In fact, he's already done the second chest in here, so skip that. And with Butter Sword, this climb is very free. I actually love doing aga with butter because it's just feels so nice slicing through everyone. Mr. Ed get a fight's Trinex here with some lava, so you can't even go to the. You can't do backdoor strats here. There's just not enough space either. So Ed going to be finishing up with his crystals and pendants just as Beer gets ready to fight Aga 1.
Ghost Sword get for Mr. Ed.
Already more blue balls than I would like. Can Ed get to GT before Beer finishes Aga 1? So how about those boots? Yeah, those spicy boots. Did you forget the boots, Telethar?
Yeah, Boots being locked behind the Ice Palace Picky and Spike
chairs.
Cave.
Yeah. All right. Ganon. No silvers, but we'll be able to 1-in-1 Ganon with the Butter Sword. Only needs 6 hits. Ed gets ready to climb. We get to find out the several locations in his tower. That makes sense. Just 12 spins away. Half magic can you don't actually need half magic for this. Just use the fire rod, get three spins a go, or relight the torch, and call it a day. And get your GGs in chat for homemade beer. Gets ready to cross this bridge and will win the restream with an official time of 1:50:29. And we'll see if he wants to chat about it. That was good enough for second place overall. You see Telethar in the chat there. Telethar finished with a time of 1:40.50. Holy shit.
On the route.
Yeah, Spike Cave was the Ice Palace Big. Ice Palace Big Chest had the boots. So we'll see if Beer wants to join us. So yeah, Telethar in chat can explain how his route went. It worked out really well for him. Getting first place at 1:40.50, so almost 10 minutes before our second place finisher and winner on the restream, Beer. We had Oro finish in third place with a 1:51.27. Looks like we are going to be joined by Homemade Beer. GG's, dude.
Yo,
GG's.
GG.
Yo, GG's, thanks. Having something finisher. My stream freeze or something?
Yeah, we're having some issues on the back end
Oh,
stuff.
that sucks.
So thoughts about the seed? Thoughts about the mode?
Mode's fun. All
Yeah.
dungeons is fun. Add keys is fun. The seed was skip all of the crappy checks except for like 2.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Spike chest, I think was Spike Cave was required.
Spike Cave
for
and
the boots.
Bombos were like the only thing that mattered in the whole seed.
Yeah. And I think you last location to Bombos, right?
Yep. Hard
Yeah.
last located.
Yep.
That was cool. I saw that and was like, well, that sucks. Then I got the boots right after, and I was like, well, maybe I'm saved by that.
Yeah.
and then going into Mire, I felt pretty good when I got the big heal. Okay, cool. I got to skip a lot actually, and then I lost by 10 minutes.
Yeah. Going back for Hera basement after TR was a little memey, I guess, but
It was conservative, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
this is the last time I'll ever be on the mountain list. The only thing left
Yeah.
up there, and if it's there, I spend an hour looking
Mhm.
for it, or get it,
yeah.
or otherwise lose 30 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. And then, all right, so the big difference between you and Ed was Ed actually found Fire Rod going into Skullwoods. So he went to the back first,
Yeah.
and he only
Was
had
there anything in
Fighter
the front?
Sword.
Oh,
He only had Fighter Sword at the time. No half magic, none of that stuff. And he fought, he put up a fight with Vidi. He got, I think, down to 2 eyeballs,
wow.
but he died and ended up eventually going back, and that kind of cost him. And then he didn't go to Mire originally, like right away. He went back to Pod and did some other stuff. So
Yeah. That's what I was trying to avoid, because I went into Pod with 2 keys. Like, well,
mhm.
I'm still looking for the myths. There's still 5 things in logic in Pod, but of course they were all garbage. It's like, okay, well, those myths. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was-
the
it
myths
was
were
alright.
pretty nasty because it felt like they unlocked a ton of stuff. It just took
Yeah.
forever to get there.
Yeah, it kind of helped that I did Spike Cave first, I guess. Oh, and the other thing I also thought was interesting, if you might have been wondering, I saw the key on Desert Torch, and I was
Mhm.
like, which keys could I possibly need right now? And the only one was Desert Key.
Yep.
But when keys are in their own dungeon, they're orange instead of yellow, so I knew it wasn't. Desert
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. It was a pod. Was it a pod key captain? I think it was a
Pod
pod
key, yeah.
That's what I actually was gonna think. It was either a pot or skull, because I never found another skull small. Like, they just didn't exist.
You want to know where it was?
Sure.
Attic of Thieves Town.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. This is the second time I've ever played this mode, and I've made that same 50-50 both times. And there was a logically required item in the attic, and not the other way around both times.
Yeah. You're able to find another Skullwoods key, so it wasn't too big of a deal. But
Yeah.
I mean, the boss placement was relatively easy, and I guess that's kind of the point of having starting Ice Rod, starting Hook. But Vidi was the only one that was like, in a worse location, being in Skull Woods.
Yeah,
But when you got there, you had a half magic cape, tempered sword, and
like 15 hearts or something.
yeah, so red mail and everything. So
Yeah. Yeah, I felt really good about last locating Eastern too. Actually, that's the other thing that I was just like, all right, I'm kind of glad I waited because
yeah,
I don't usually rush it necessarily, but
Oh,
I'm not
right.
scared to go in like early. But if you did, you get kind of zoned.
yes, that Vidi fight. You have to fight Vidi for the pearl very early on. Yeah, that was
Yeah, because flippers in this mode, like checking forest area is like kind of hard.
yeah.
There's no real good way to do it, and that's where flippers were.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got you the Eastern big to get you the Moon Pearl. So, just yeah, you could have easily train wrecked the Light World, and I think I played my Light World really good. It was the mid game that I did everything backwards. I did Swamp first. If I did Village first, then I would have got the book, would have known where the myths were and stuff.
Yeah, it was almost like you got punished for going up the mountain or for getting the mirror first before going up the mountain.
Yeah.
Because you got the swamp small, and of course you're going to do swamp when you can clear it, right? Like,
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot it was there. Yeah.
Ed didn't get the mirror till later, so you guys were both in Hera around the same time, but you got there different ways. He came from Paradox, and you came from the mirror spot. So,
right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I thought about going up the mountain early. I'm like, I'll wait till Hammer or Mirror before I go up there, and then Hammer was up there. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, anyone who came up here early got a free Hammer.
yeah, and from what Telethar is saying is he kind of did the same thing where he got the swamp small later.
Yeah.
So when he was in swamp, he was able to then combo it with the tablet. Though
Yeah.
you did
so
have
know
to
where
go
the-
into, but you had to go into desert first to do that. That's
You could have saved the Hera boss for later because there was a sword in
true.
Hera.
There you go. So you you don't Hera pot. That's the lesson of the day, everyone. Kids
or
don't Hera
run out
pot.
of bombs on Alma.
Yeah,
I'm sad that fight worked out so well.
yeah, that was a close one too.
Yeah. Because I missed the very first bomb, and I'm like, I have enough to miss once. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that fun because when he gets over that hole, you can't hit him. So
We did have Plasma Kappa finish with a 153.05 and 2C finish with a 154.10, and Ed is now into the Ganon fight. No silvers. You know, whenever you do 80 keys and you get a skip GT, that's always a good feeling.
Gosh, yeah, that desert big showing up made me really like relieved in a way.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, that's good, but it's also I have to find Meyer. And then I was like, well, that Skull Small was weird. It was in 6 pod key locked, so there's so many pod keys just lying around.
Yeah, so that means that there was no pod keys in GT.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, well, otherwise, like I said, the Desert Small is the only thing I'm like, quote unquote, looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I almost checked the first 3 checks in GT just to meme.
I mean, it wouldn't have surprised me. By the way, which MSU were you using?
Oh, it's a version of Fortune Street that JJ made. He made a few versions, and I was around testing the early ones, and so I still have the older ones on my card. I don't know which one it is.
What's Fortune Street?
So it's an old Japanese release that I technically came out in the US, but it was super unpopular for the Wii. And it's basically Monopoly with stocks and Mario and Dragon Warrior like
Okay.
music and stuff.
Yeah, because there was some Mario stuff going on, but it was like, this is not a Mario pack.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Just really good epic music, good dungeon music, stuff like that.
Yeah, it was good. Get your GGs in chat for Mr. Ed as he gets ready to finish up this seed. And he will finish in 6th place overall.
Moonwalk.
He gets the moonwalk with a time of 2 hours and 13 seconds.
Nice.
So GG's to Ed. See if we can get him in here to talk to. Yeah, overall, it was a pretty relatively fun seed.
Yeah. I think missing the mitts for longer helped and hurt. I kept like typical keys modes. I kept finding what I needed like after doing the thing. Just, like, oh, I just left the Bombos tablet. Oh, there's the book. Oh, I just wasted all my keys in Skull Woods. There's the fire rod. Like,
yeah, the Skull Woods could definitely screw you. If they're in rough spots. Fortunately, they weren't too bad. So
yeah,
but seeing Vicious in Skull Woods, though, you're like, I don't really want to do that right now. So it's probably good that you found the fire rod later, sooner. But
yeah, that's a good point too. Because I wasted the key, I got the compass.
Yeah. So someone who did end up not finding the compass before the boss, Mr. Ed is now joining us.
GG, man.
GG's, dude.
Yo, Ed.
GG's. GG's beer. When I saw Telethar finish, I'm like, wow, where did I scroll wrong here? Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I didn't even think I was that bad, but I guess I was. I don't know.
I don't think you were bad. I think, you don't know this. We were talking to Beer a little bit about this. When you found Vidi in Skull Woods, you put up a hell of a fight with what you were given. That is not an easy fight. It's pretty much near impossible. And that ended up costing you quite a bit of time, though.
Yeah, and I even and I thought I'd be able to be fine. Like, I mean, I burned through both of my potions, and then I still got bodied and everything. And then I wanted to save the full magic for when I got all the eyeballs down, and I think I had like 1 or 2 left. And then I was just gonna basically spam everything to put them against the spikes to get gold, to get the extra damage boost. And I didn't even get that opportunity. So that kind of was like, And then like what I thought might have bailed me out is okay, well, I got out of there. I finished out Skull Woods with no small keys, so I checked what I could, bailed out. And then I said, well, while I'm here, while I have to save and quit, I'm going to check out that small key that's on Spectacle Rock and check, I'll go ahead, and since I still got the full magic, I'll go ahead and check Spike Cave and I mean Swamp Small and the Ice Big were 2 highly important items. I'm
so
like,
you got those super late too.
I wouldn't call them super late because basically.
Or sorry, I missed that. Did you get them before you got them after the moon before? Yeah, you got the Moon Pearl first.
Yeah,
I got the Moon Pearl first, but what I did is when I went to the mountain originally, I didn't have the mirror. So then when I did Spiral Cave and I got Hammer, I just like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do Hera for the fun of it. And then somewhere along the line, I did the Flippers checks. I got the Eastern Big, so go to Eastern, get the Moon Pearl, and then along the way, I had the mirror somewhere. To be honest, I don't remember where it was, but basically my route was, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do Hype Cave into Pyramid Ledge, and do the front of Escape and the first check in Castle Tower. So I had Bombos very early. I did all that fun happy jazz. I routed to where I did Catfish, and then I looped all the way to the north, which I knew kind of felt slow. But
that's why you ended with a fire rod.
Yeah, so then when I got that fire rod, I'm thinking this is perfect. I can just go right to Skull Woods, take care of business there. And then like I had all Village of Outcast stuff. But before I chose to start doing that, I said, well, I know that there's that small key and I have that full magic, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check Spike Cave. So I went and did that, and that felt good. But, along the way, that Vidi death was bad. And then basically, I'm just curious when you guys went to Dark Death Mountain and...
Oh, I hard last located the mitts.
I didn't hard last locate the mitts. I didn't know where a sword was, so I kind of made a priority to find the sword, and I was able to save the portal. So I checked, I checked the tablet, and I saw that it was mitts. So then I did swamp for there's no sword there to my surprise. So then I said, I'm gonna try to see if I can do some of these light world checks that I had left over, and if I could save the portal and I could just get the mids right then and there. But basically, I went to Dark Death Mountain as late as humanly possible, and like I'm just curious, like Beer, for you, I'm curious, when you got those mids, did you just rush Dark Death Mountain or something, and you got the Quake so you can go into Mire? Because I just didn't want to believe Mire Big Key was in Mire. That was my big thing.
Yeah, I did Ice first, so I got the boots, and I got another TR small, so I had 3. No, that's not true. I got the boots, so I was able to get the TR big, and I was like, I hope that's the TR big. When it was, I'm like, cool, I'm going straight to TR. So then I actually forgot to check Mire, so I just grabbed Quake just in case.
Right.
Did Hookshot Cave, blah, blah, blah. Found TR4, then full cleared TR. I'm like, oh, there's the Desert big. Let me go beat Desert. And then I'm like, well, I have a lot of garbage because I had a weird route early on. So I had, Smith Chain, Pyramid Fairy. I had like a third of pod left, and I never checked Lumberjack. So I'm like, well, let me just go into Mire first then. And then I got it there.
That makes sense, because outside of Mire, all I had left was, I didn't check Lumberjack either. I did do Hera Big Chest, but I'd be damned if I was doing Hera Basement.
I did that. I did all the cutscenes except for Tower.
Oh, you did that. Yeah, Pyramid Fairy, by the way, had Skullwood's Big, which kind of was like, oh great, wonderful.
Oh, great.
There
was an item in there too, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's an item left in there, yeah. So like I had that in the back of my mind, but I just kind of was like, well, you know what? As far as item density is concerned, Mire's my best play, and there it was in Lobby Chest, and I'm like, well, that kind of stinks. But I did go back and I actually full cleared everything in pod, like literally everything in pod.
Yeah, I felt so bad. I only went in with 2 keys the first time, so I never wanted to go back. I'm like, I'm not going back.
Too. No, I did too. But the only reason why I went back is because I got all 6.
Yeah.
So,
well, the only reason I didn't, because I saw the Skull Woods where it was. I'm like, that's probably why they're giving us all these keys. Screw it.
Yeah. No, that makes
I don't
sense.
know. I gambled and won some, lost some, as you do. I gambled on the right things half the time, and
no, I mean, hey, it is what I mean. That's the beauty of Rando, dude. That is the absolute beauty.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, for the record, Beer, just in case if you wanted to laugh, I kind of shook my head in Vanilla Big Key Chest in Pod, was the Ice Rod. So I kind of shook my head on that one. I'm like, okay,
really?
cool.
that's
And
pretty
then
fun.
and then if that's not bad enough, Harmless Hellway in Pod had the Hookshot. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I never found all those things, huh? Because I never did Harmless
find
or
Flute.
yeah.
I didn't find Flute.
It's probably in Mire.
Yeah, probably. But I laughed when I saw that. I'm like, okay, well, that makes no sense, but cool. And then I saw the hook shot. I'm like, wow, this seed is memeing back at me. I like it.
Yeah, these are fun though. I try to make them every week unless I'm busy on Saturdays. Thanks, Fear, for putting these on.
Yeah, man.
Ed for racing, and
Yeah,
Captain
Fear,
for coming.
Yeah, Fear for restreaming, dude. Thank you so much and for putting this on.
Yeah, man. It's a good time. It was a fun seed, and unfortunately, Beer, you don't get to pick the mode this week, as the Matt7898 picks the mode on this week's podcast. So maybe next time you're on Restream, you'll win and get a chance to make us do one of your meme modes.
Oh, I guess, yeah. I didn't even, I don't even think about forcing that on people. I just think people who want to play it already have by now.
Sure. Good community here, though, so it's kind of up for anything. So I did have a couple more finishes. Looks like Hitman finished in 8th place with the 206.29. Trace Spire with the 9th place 207.12. And Shinmara, I don't know if I mentioned that, 205.13. So thank you guys all for doing this. Thanks for being on the Restream. Captain, thanks for jumping in. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Thanks to everyone for tuning in as well.
It's a good race. Thanks, everybody.
Make sure you're listening to 216 216pod.com has all the information. We got the runner information in the chat if you want as well. We're gonna raid Zelda speedruns. They have a cross keys tournament between Megawatt and Schulzer. It's like just starting, so catch that. I'll be back on comms later today in just a couple of hours, an hour and a half about, with Claire Mouse doing the GGW Gem Kaz Boots race. So check that on Speed Gaming 4. I think that's all the plugs. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. We'll see you next time.